Buckdow.
Thank you, Speaker. My question is for the Minister of Economic Growth and Development. He recently stood in this House to defend his government's cuts against the Publishers Assistance Fund. But, Speaker, I think the minister may need to check his numbers. He defended a $700,000 program cut and quoted a Nova Scotia Loyal program that cost just $50,000. And, Speaker, as this minister knows, that program ended in February. Does the minister understand that this Nova Scotia Loyal program isn't a replacement for the Publishers Fund?
I recognize the Honourable Minister of Growth and Development.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. I believe there are a number of ways to support Nova Scotia businesses. I believe there are a number of ways to support Nova Scotia publishers, including the pilot project that, as a member alluded to, ended at the end of February. We will review that program and see at perhaps renewing that program into the future, Madam Speaker. We know that other ways of supporting Nova Scotia businesses are also lowering their small business tax rate and actually increasing the threshold. That was actually included in this year's budget, and I'll remind the member she voted against that budget.
I recognize the Honourable Member for Halifax-Chebucto.
Thank you, Speaker. The return on investment for the Publishers Assistance Fund is incredible. About $700,000 from this government led to $7 million in sales. That's a $9.28 return on every dollar. Can the minister explain why a 938% return isn't worth investing in?
I recognize the Honourable Minister of Growth and Development.
Madam Speaker, perhaps the member could explain why not supporting $46 million in support of small businesses is the right thing to do, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, we know there's a number of ways to supporting businesses across this province, including through the pilot project that we ran, including through Nova Scotia Loyal, including through delivering programs that supports startup, scale-up, growth, and commercialization, Madam Speaker. There's a number of challenges in this province that, frankly, many provinces and territories are facing. Madam Speaker, that underpins the reality and the need to grow the economy. We'll continue to make the investments to grow Nova Scotia's economy, continue to support our small, medium, and large businesses, Madam Speaker, that will ensure that we have good jobs, stronger communities, and a long-term prosperity for Nova Scotia.